Ms. Faria. Welcome to our presentation. I'm Sridhana Pun, one of the member of Human Resource Management Assignment 2. So we have chosen the topic diversity in the workplace for our presentation. And our group consists of 6 members. So I'm going to tell each member's name. So the first one is Raj, Ria, Sobita, Srijana, myself, Subhas, and Usab. Okay, and in this presentation, we're going to talk about different topics and different parts. So each member will cover different parts of the presentation, and I will talk about the topic which is diversity in the workplace. So without any delay, let's dive into our presentation. Okay, and as I told earlier, diversity in the workplace is our topic. So diversity in the workplace, it refers to the involvement of individual, or it refers to the involvement of people with different race, different age, different physical, people with different physical abilities, sexuality, and ethnicity. So diversity in the workplace, it recognizes the differences in the people, it recognizes the uniqueness in each individual. So with the differences and with the uniqueness that they have in them, it helps to solve the problem of the company. It helps them to reach the organizational goal. So I told earlier, diversity in the workplace, it refers to the people with the different social backgrounds. So with this different social background and with the different experiences that they have in them, it will help to it will help to reach their organizational goal. So okay, that's all from me. So I'm gonna hand over the next part to Miss Sobita Pasnet. Thank you.
Hello ma'am, my name is Utsav Prasai, and today I'm here to present about our presentation. Our group members are Raj, Riya, Sobita, Srijana, Subhas, and me, Utsav. So I'm going to talk about my topic, that is evolution of workplace diversity in human resource management, a historical perspective. So talking about the first point, early stages. During this time, HR's main concern about diversity in the workplace was adhering opportunity to legal requirements such as anti-discrimination laws. In order to comply with equal employment opportunity legislation and prevent legal penalties, organizations had to establish fundamental diversification strategies. And the second point is civil rights movements. The civil rights movement in the United States and the other movement of its kind around the world caused a dramatic change in the middle of the 20th century to address workplace discrimination based on the race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. Legal measures were made. These modifications set the stage for the addressing diversity and advancing equal opportunity in the workplace. And talking about the third topic, and the third is equal employment opportunity. Countries passed EEO legislation. Countries passed EEO legislation against employment discrimination in the 1960s and 1970s. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was passed in the United States, and its title forbade discrimination on several grounds. Programs for affirmative actions were also created to address previous employment penalties. Now moving on to the next slide. And the fourth point is focus on inclusion and beyond legal compliance. Business began reorientating their priorities away from merely following anti-discrimination rules and towards actively promoting inclusive culture. Diversity shifted from being about number to being about fostering an environment where all employees, regardless of ethnicity, could succeed. And the fifth point is globalization and cultural awareness. The workforce became more varied and multicultural as globalization grew. Companies that operate internationally must take a variety of cultural norms, beliefs, and communication styles into account. Sensitivity and cross-cultural training have grown to be crucial component of HRM. About the sixth point, that is technology and remote work. Technology advancement made it possible for remote work and virtual collaboration, which further diversified the workplace by allowing talent to work from different places and time zone. This called for the development of a new method for organizing and motivating a scattered workforce. Moving on to the seventh point, that is neurodiversity and disabilities. The idea of neurodiversity was developed emphasizing the importance of having range of cognitive talents. Organizations started developing settings that can accommodate workers who have disabilities like ADHD, dyslexia, and autism. Inclusion of people with disabilities has also gained ground with an emphasis on accessible workplace and appropriate accommodation. And about my part for the last slide, and the point is data-driven diversity. The application of data and analytics to diversity and inclusion initiatives have grown throughout the HRM. Companies started tracking representation at different levels, analyzing pay equity and accessing diversity measures to find areas for the growth. And the second last point is ongoing challenges and outlook. Despite advancement, there are still problems including structural handles and unconscious bias in the future. There will probably be an even greater emphasis on fostering inclusive workplaces, resolving unconscious prejudice, and adjusting to changing workforce development. And about the last point, that is intersectionally and inclusive leadership. The idea of intersectionally became more popular because it is recognized that people had numerous facets of identity that interact and influence their experiences. The importance of leaders who value and promote diversity was highlighted by the inclusive leadership, which has since become a major strategy. Thank you. Now my friends will present you other topic for the presentation. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I am Subita Basnet and my part is Impact on the Workforce and Strategy for Workplace Diversity. I am going to mention some points and impacts on the workforce, and they are enhanced creativity and innovation, improved problem solving, expanded perspectives, promoting inclusion and engagement, recruiting and retaining talent. And some points for strategy for work diversity are leadership commitment, inclusive recruiting practices, diversity training, employee resources group, conflict resolution skill, and I have mentioned about it on the slide. Thank you.
Alright guys, my name is Subhas Sapkoda and I'm going to describe about the different measures used by the companies to maintain diversity in workplace. So I have picked two companies for this presentation. So the first one is Salesforce. The methods used by Salesforce to maintain diversity in workplace are diversity goals, equal pay, employee resource groups, supplier diversity, inclusive hiring practices, paid volunteer time, transparency, inclusive products, and so on. So these methods are used by the Salesforce company, and these are the reasons why Salesforce got so much success, because the teamwork among the employees and the unity among the employees is very important, and the companies should really focus on this topic. So another example is Microsoft. So the methods used by Microsoft for maintaining diversity in workplace are Autism Hiring Program, Neurodiversity Initiative, Global Diversity and Inclusion Conference, Inclusive Design Principles, Diverse Hiring Channels, Cultural Competence Training, Diversity in Research and Innovation, Remote Work Accessibility, and so on. So these are the methods used by Microsoft to maintain diversity in workplace. So these two companies are the perfect example that maintaining a diversity in workplace to give equal opportunities to all the employees, and to think about the new approaches, new ideas, and the innovative measures to maintain diversity in workplace is a very important thing for the success of the company, because for the success of any company, teamwork is important and unity among the employees is very important. Thank you.
Hi everyone, My name is Raj Pipawat, and I'm here to discuss the evolution of diversity in the workplace. So, there are many types of evolutions. The first one is greater emphasis on inclusion, in which the laborers and the workers who are new to the firm are accepted and respected by other members, regardless their origins, and they might also get more attention and more respect from other members, uh, uh, which can help them to face the demographic diversity alone. The second one is a broader understanding of diversity, in that the race or gender may also encompass elements such as education attainment and other elements. The organization also acknowledges that the variety of viewpoints of life experience might foster more innovations and creativity. And the third one is globalization and cross culture competence. As the world economies grow more integrated, the workforce's culture diversity is anticipated to increase. So it helps us to focus more on cross-cultural competency and understanding. The fourth one is remote work, and thus uh, and with the popularity of flexible and remote work options, business may be able to recruit people from all over the world, and the members from different nations and culture backgrounds could develop and could increase their business relations regardless their time and their place. And the fifth one is data driven diversity initiative, and thus the business utilizes data analytics, in which the people's initiative to promote diversity and inclusion are most necessary. And the data driven strategy may result in more potent workplace equity initiatives. The sixth one is diverse leadership and representation, not just at entry level class but all levels of leadership as well. There may be a drive for more diversity in the future. This may help more women, people of color, LGBTQ persons, and people with disabilities in leadership positions. The seventh one is education and training, which increases awareness of implicit bias and other hurdles to inclusive. Organizations may spend more on diversity and inclusion training. The integration of this training into onboarding and continuing professional development is also possible. The eighth one is policy and legislative changes. Governments may adopt or improve rules governing inclusion and diversity in the workplace, encouraging businesses to take proactive measures to foster more equal workplace. The ninth one is collaborative partnerships. Businesses might work with educational institutions, NGOs, and other community organizations to develop talent and that are diverse to provide underrepresented groups chances. The last one is changing demographics. The workforce is expected to organically grow more diverse as demographics continue to change. This could encourage more people to view diversity as the rule rather than the exception. So this was my part of the presentation. I'll continue. I'll give the chance to other team member to describe their opinion.
Okay, at the end, the diversity in the workplace in this rapidly changing world is not just a topic or it's not just a right thing to do, but it's the strategic imperative that can lead to a long-term success of the organization. And any organization that prioritize the diversity in their workplace, it helps them to harness the collective powers of their employees and their uniqueness. Okay, so this much for today. Thank you for giving your time to listen to us. Okay, thank you.